It's short way and I paved the way. I got money to blow, so I came to play. Bad bitches to the floor, gon' shake that ass. Let me see you work it, gon' make the cash. Arch your back, touch your toes, hit a split on the dick. Come on, show me something I ain't never seen in this bitch. VIP drinking Henny getting lit, that's right. Backwoods burning trees on clouds tonight.
Say what? Say what? Show out, show out. Say what? Say what? Show out, show out. Say what? Say what? Now show out, show out.
Show out, show out.
Say what? Say what?
Say what? Say what?
Now show out a little bit.
Show out a little bit.
Right cheek, left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek. Now shake that shake.
Y'all shake that, shake that, shake that shit. Okay, now hold on. Let me slow this down.
Was in the club and guess who I
my favorite part of the Hold on. So wait, before we get started on the show, I just want to say a shout out to everybody who is in the chat, everybody who is here watching with us live to income. This is a live video, it's not no recorded video. You're just watching this as it plays out in real motherfucking time. Now, this is what I wanted to talk to y'all about, as y'all can see on the screen, I mean on the thumbnail and everything. But I want to talk to y'all about this shit that's going on with Kandi and the Escape and SWV and all that stuff, and how Mona Scott out here producing the show for the the SWV girls and Escape girls and trying to make the show look basically as entertaining as possible. So now I don't know if you keep up with by the way, my name is Ashton Kuhmillie. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, liking this channel, and commenting all of your thoughts down and below to the channel. I do appreciate it. But I do want to get back to what I want to tell you about. Back to Miss Kandi Burruss. Kandi got her show with the Escape Girls, and Kandi does her speak on it. And Kandi happens to be the only person out of all the girls that happen to have her own YouTube, but she could talk about the girls and talk about everybody on every single platform that she's on, from the Broadway girls to the Real Housewives girls to not Escape and SWV. And if you ever notice that Kandi is always the only person that happens to be the coon that gets to be able to have these conversations about all the other girls all the time, every single time. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about why Kandi had did her speak on it. That's what we're talking about. Kandi did her speak on it, and the whole speak on it about the recap. Because that's what we're doing, was recapping the speak on it for episode 2. The whole motherfucking recap was about Tamika Scott. Everything she said was about Tamika. I even wrote it down because it was just crazy how she was talking about, not Tamika, she was talking about, Tamika, not Tasha, Tamika. Kandi said, somebody put Tamika, she was talking about the check. She finally admitted to the check. She admitted to how, I have wrote it right here, how Tamika had, she was talking about how the check allegedly is stolen. How it really came out to the check being stolen. Now, I'm just saying allegedly because I don't really know. But apparently, when they was doing what they was doing to make sure everybody get their royalties and make sure everybody royalties get distributed to the correct person, somebody put the not Tamika, they put the Tasha, the other sister, they put basically, man, long story short, girl, they stole that girl money. They had done took that girl money and put that girl on somebody else's address, and they allowed it to be checked, cleared, and signed. And they would have never known if it went for Tiny Mama to be the one to tell somebody that, hey, did you go check your checks? Because she would never known that she was even getting paid from the beginning. Secondly, I wrote it down. I write like a doctor. Please do not mind me. Kandi then also said she would have to press. She said that she would have to press charges on her sister for taking the money. She said she's gonna have to press charges on her sister for taking the money. So y'all know on the show, she can go to jail for stealing the money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not her signature on the bottom of the check. She talking about who we talking? We talking about the Scott sisters. The Scott sisters is accusing each other of stealing money and then all this other stuff, whatever. Recap on season 3. This is all Kandi trying to tell everybody, convince everybody that she ain't the one that got anything to do with this. She ain't the one that's really the mastermind and really the reason why these girls don't like each other and why these girls happen to fall out. Kandi then goes on and say, Kandi didn't want to start a company with the escape girls because she didn't trust them with the money. Now that's the part that I really want to talk to y'all about. The part when Kandi said that she didn't want to start a business, which would be the LLC with the members of the girls that escaped because she didn't trust them with the money. Now, if you notice, this whole beef and argument that's going on is with the Scott girls and how they can't tell the truth and they can't be truthful with money. Now, remember a couple days ago when I told y'all when I was on Facebook Live and I was on YouTube Live and Facebook, y'all know I stream on both simultaneously. But I was on YouTube at the same time. And remember when I told y'all that Kandi and Tiny don't really need this money? They really don't even need this show. They really don't even have to be the focal point of all the drama of the show. It's really the sisters that need this. They the ones that really need, you know what I'm saying? They need to make sure all this happens and make sure it goes. Because quite as kept, all the girls make their own bag. Everybody make their own bag as an individual. But they don't make the type of money that they make together cohesively when they're all on one band, one sound, which would never happen because Kandi and the bigger sister, I don't know that girl name. I just know that girl is the bigger sister. The big one. Let me pull the pictures up of the escape girls so y'all can see who we talking about. Also, not only did Kandi not want to start a business with the girls because she thought the girls was gonna steal her money. Give me a second so I can share this picture with y'all. Share the screen. That's them. This the big one. The one on the left. This the big one. The one that who was stealing the money. This the one who money got stole. This the one right here. And if you ever notice on most of the pictures, you really don't see Kandi and the big one together. And I know I shouldn't say the big one because that's part of the beef. She was saying, you shouldn't be body shaming me because everybody say that. Everybody calls me this, that, and the third, and all that stuff. Whatever, girl, you are the big one, girl. And like Tiny said, I mean, she ain't never getting no work done. She ain't never getting no butt shot. She ain't never tried to. And it would be Tiny be the one that would be promoting the plastic. Girl, the insecurities of it all. It would be Tiny. She don't even look like her mama no more. She just look like her mama's skin color at this point. Anywho, Kandi talks about this is what else Kandi said on the show that on her speak on it. Kandi said talk about other dealings that the group went through. She talked about other dealings that the group went through. No, other I talked about other dealings that the group went through, but she didn't want to go into detail about it because she said she's gonna wait till it become a movie. Then she's gonna drop more team. So we really don't know. I guess she was gonna tell us that there's a sex tape between her and Jermaine Dupri, or possibly Kandi and Jermaine Dupri's father. Who's to say? But maybe who's to know? Because there was recorders out there, during the time. Hold on. 6 a.m. Oh, this is another one right here. Do you know that Kandi also revealed that at 6 a.m. as when they were little teenagers, they used to sneak out from the club from leaving from the sister's house to the sister's mamas. These two right here. There used to be a very strange world back in the 90s for them to always let teenagers end up around adults all the time. And it's weird because I feel like they're trying to do things like that now. Because if you look at the stuff that go on in California, the way they treat these kids like they grown ass individuals, and these is motherfucking children. These just be the children. You could be 16 years old and buy cigarettes now in California because they're not passing. What the hell? Anywho. Anywho, Kandi went on to say at 6 a.m. they used to sneak out of the big sister and the little sister house. And they used to go to the club. She said she was a teenager and she used to use the big sister homegirl ID because she had similar features and had the similar teeth. Kandi got that face for the teeth. They had the same similar face features and structures and stuff like that. So she used her friend ID to get into the club. So where they could go hang out with grown ass men and go do little slutty ass shit. And which makes sense because that would make sense on why Kandi is allegedly attracted to older men. I ain't even gonna get involved in that. This girl been around older men all her life. Anyway, Kandi also reveals that her trauma is all from the girls. What they name? All of them. All the girls. trauma from the Scott girls. So Kandi was basically a little girl who wanted to be a singer, grew up in a Christian household with a Christian family. Parents got divorced. Luckily for her, they got divorced. And by the time they got divorced, she was able to sing urban music. By the time Kandi even became 20 years old, Kandi was already in the club, possibly. That's probably why she don't smoke and drink. Because she probably done already did it and seen it and lived that life for what it was and what it is and what it do, what it possibly truly is. I think Kandi is really traumatized for the Scott girls. And I do believe that when it is a group of people, and it is a group of girls, especially as just the group of people individually, there always is going to be that one individual that wants to always outshine and do their big one outside of the group, outside of the collective cohesiveness. But the sad part about it is the big one ain't never gonna get her shot. She ain't never gonna get her opportunity. Her time has been passed. She is not taking my breast and she is not gonna pop at the age of 40 years old. It's not gonna happen. Also, I was also trying to find out where is her album sales. Like, why is we doing all this talking about an album and we ain't never heard the album? And I found out why we ain't never heard the album is because she ain't even get too far enough to even get the album. And which is explain why she's so probably mad, because she probably sit back and let the big one. She probably sit there and lay in bed every night, probably thinking like, God damn, I wonder what life would be like if I would have had that damn album. If Kandi would have never slept with Jermaine. If Kandi would have never slept with Jermaine Daddy, I probably would have been on top right now, making sure that I got all that money. But she ain't never get the money. But that'll get me wrong. It was a song that she made, and it was called Liar. Now, I ain't gonna play it right, the big one. Right here. The big one. Latasha, she had a song, and it was called Liar. It was actually a really good song. I had an ex who loved that song. His name was, it don't even matter. He used to love that song, and hold on, let me see if it's even still on here. God, I think nothing took that song off YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. Apple Music. Probably I didn't pay my bill. Who knows? Mm-hmm. That's all I want to talk to y'all about. That's all I want to get into it about. Hold on. Oh, and let's also talk about how they edited Kandi's voice. Hold on. I gotta get on this. Hold on. They edited. Did you notice how whenever Kandi would talk about the big sister, they would edit Kandi's voice to make Kandi sound like a dude. They was trying to make it seem like as if she's like that annoying, that aggravating, and things like that. Hold on, give me a second. I can call my cousin. I meant to talk about that too. They would play with Kandi voice, they would play with Kandi face, they would play with Candy's all type of things to make it seem like as if she'd be like, yeah, da, 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 da. And then you see when she said she had to go talk to her, he outside. Yeah, I was calling you right now. You see how when she was saying, oh, she can't talk about herself. You see how she was like she can't think about herself. That's a brain. She talked to her brain and blase 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 blase. If you let me pull this up so we can get into this. Hold on, because I want y'all to see this. Let me YouTube this real quick. Oh, and by the way, while this is loading, because y'all know how it is when it load over here, down from the garage. Uh, hold on. Kandi thinks that she is the star of his. Oh yes, bitch. Kandi thinks she the star of Escape because she sung lead on mostly every single song on the album. Kandi thinks because she stole lead on most of the songs that Kandi is the biggest star. For whatever reason, Kandi think that we is buying these albums, streaming these albums, listening to Just Kicking It, listening to all these amazing albums because her voice is in the back. Kandi believe that we is really listening to Every Man Wants a Woman because she's the one saying that. And it baffles me to believe that Goat Mouth over here think that she is a star. It baffles me. And not only does it baffle me, she give me a second, because you all know how it is to grab about 18 things going on at one time. Kandi think that she the star. Kandi think that because of the fact that we was listening to Just Kicking It, we were just kicking it to her voice. Kandi think that just because every man wants a woman, she thinks that every man wants a woman because she told them to. So, for those of you who just now watching and subscribing, I'm going to begin calming down because I understand that this is quite a lot. But I'm going to be back later on today with more breaking news. But I just thought you guys should know that Kandi had did her speak on it, and she did review the show. She reviewed the girls. She reviewed the SWV. But I think that when she did her speak on it, even though she invited all the girls to come out, and my address is just being shown. It just come out and just do things. She invited the girls to come out and talk to her about the show, regardless of the discrepancy. Not only she talk about the girls to come out and talk. Kandi is so boring. Kandi is so boring. Kandi just needs an ensemble. She's just so. Me even talking about the fact that Kandi is going to even invited the girls out to come on her show. Me even talking about the fact that Kandi even went out her way to tell the girls that they could come on her show and express how they felt and express on the things that they went through during the show and their feelings and emotions of it. That's whack. That's boring. And then she got nerve to say, "Oh, if you don't want to come on the show and express how you feel because you think that I'm a be biased, then you don't have to do it, girl." She gonna get A1. She gonna get DJ A1 to come on in and let DJ A1 speak to you because he made one comment about the old lady gang show that wasn't in favor of her. So he's supposed to be an unbiased person. But this is the same person who we know that you're funneling and feeding your book. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid, ignorant. Why does Kandi think that every time she go on something, she got to be the one in control of everything? I said it, so y'all can't go on stage if Kandi don't say yes. They ain't even made no new songs because Kandi was the one that was blackballing them the whole goddamn time, the whole all damn years. And then she sat there, she let people play out like they crazy. And see, let me say what Kandi do. Candy's that person. Kandi is that person who she throw rocks and she hide her hands. Kandi ain't gonna let you know she the one that did it. Of course, you can come to the conclusion that Kandi blocked that girl album if Kandi was the one sleeping with the one that releases the music. Kandi's always said that her and the big sister don't see eye to eye. Kandi's always said that her and the big sister always beef. Kandi's always said her and the fat sister is always gonna go always gonna be sitting head to toe like the Rocket Stone Cold Steve Austin. She's always said there's gonna be at war like John Cena and Randy Orton. So at the end of the day, there can only be one champion. And Kandi wanted to be the champion so bad. But notice now, there will always be the people champ. And always notice that Jermaine Dupri left Kandi. Block left Kandi. Todd is going to leave Kandi. The Real Housewives is leaving Kandi. Matter of fact, since we're on the topic of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I ain't hate to be the one to tell you, but this ain't really coming up on their last 2 seasons. Y'all have a great day. Make sure you like this channel, subscribe to this channel, comment how you feel. Cause I'll be back. By the way, I did get a little laser hair removal. I'm gonna do a video on that, let y'all know how that's going in. Also, but thank you for tuning out to the show, checking out the show. I know it ain't really too much to talk about because when you talk about Kandi, it ain't never too much to really talk about because you can't really get too deep because all you can do is do parodies of herself sitting up. I'm gonna put the link in the chat if you want to call. If you watch the if you yeah, the Housewives on their last 2 seasons. You ain't know that? The Housewives is definitely on their last 2 seasons. The Housewives. Let me tell you something. Whenever a network has to get rid of all the people at the top, like all like the Nene Leaks in the remember everybody who got paid $1 million. Let me tell you something. We're gonna create this the real life. If you work for a business and you make an X amount of dollars and your salary can get cut and it can translate over to making the company look more profitable in your absence, so they don't have to pay that debt anymore or that debt per se, sweetheart. That means that the company's about to fold. They mean they can't continue to pay you and continue to keep the lights on in the company all at the same time. Why you think they got rid of everybody who make $1 million on the Housewives? Lisa Vanderpump left, and it's not a racial thing. It happened all across it happened all across, all across. Lisa Vanderpump had to go. Nene Leakes had to go. We go on and on. Bethany Frankel had to go. These are all the girls who made over $1 million an episode. They're gone. I mean, episode that season, they're gone. They're not there no more. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat. So that way, if anybody want to call in, you go ahead and call in. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Invite the people right here. If you got anything that you want to say about Kandi and the Kandi Cody gang and how they sit in the line on the fat sister. Oh, and by the way, to everybody who be asking me about me and that T.S. Madison, I'm gonna talk about that later because I was going. Cause let me tell y'all, I know the T.S. Madison tea is still new. A lot of people don't know what happened, and how it happened, and things like that. But she did get kicked out from the Grammys. She did do a live video. She did talk to somebody about, I don't know who that boy is she was talking to. She did talk to somebody about it and about how she did not know the process and the protocols. This is the channel for you to get your teeth from. Don't go on them other shows trying to get your teeth from everybody else. It's where you want to get that from. To tell you before everybody else knows. Just like I just told you that the Housewives on their last 2 seasons. And let me tell you something. Y'all thinking Kim going broke. Kim ain't going to be able to cut. If y'all want to join the chat, I mean, not join the chat. Y'all want to join the call. This is the link right here. Y'all click this link. It's in the chat. Y'all come on and join. But back to what I was saying. If you go back, wait, what was I saying? Anywho, have you ever? Because I just forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, let me watch some other channels. It's not they be lying. They be doing a lot of clickbait. But Kandi and DJ A1 is going to be doing her speak on it with the other girls. Tasha, the fat one, she not gonna do it. The fact that Kandi came between 2 sisters and y'all sit there in the comments and y'all go up and y'all like that and y'all live for that, that's disgusting and that speaks towards your character. That's kind of low-key sick to watch somebody come in between somebody's family like that and know that them girls' mama got to sit there and watch that and play referee and the mediator in between all that. Not only do they sit there and have to play mediator between all that, they have to sit there, her mama has to sit there silently and awkwardly as her children is talking about them stealing money from one another. Let's speak on that. And then let's talk about how not only is we doing that, but the man Rocky got fat ass Tasha just brainwashed to the point that she can't even speak for herself. Which is why Kandi be saying the stuff about, well, she can't speak unless her brain is here to speak for her. That's why Kandi said what she say. But Kandi is the brain of Todd, because what has Todd ever done by himself without Kandi even helping her do it on his own? Because last time Todd had a show, which was the Hollywood Divas, that show didn't even pop because remember they only had 2 seasons, and she did that with with Carlos. And remember, she tried to tell y'all that Carlos be going around here trying to steal her life story. And that's not true, because Carlos didn't steal a life story. Because how could he steal the life story when he was talking to everybody in this game who was still on speaking terms when Kandi wouldn't even speak to none of the girls on the damn crew? So how are they stealing y'all life story? And why are you the only one speaking on them stealing your life story when you weren't even hanging out with none of the girls that's supposed to be part of this life story that's supposed to be sold to Bravo, Lifetime? Kandi only hang out with these girls because Kandi just wants something to do with them. Kandi already told y'all when I was watching the thing that she said she did not want to start a company with the Escape Girls because she did not trust them with the money. Of course, don't trust them with the money, and of course she gonna say that, and of course she gonna make sure that her homegirl Mona got the footage of them arguing about how they be stealing money from each other. So if she steal money from her sister, why would she want to do business with her? Think about it. Make it make sense. That's what I thought. Then on top of that, you gotta remember, Kandi has always been the type of girl that she's a cliquish type of chick. Kandi came out. We met her in a clique. We met her through Escape. Then after Escape, that fell off. She tried to click up with Tiny. She tried to break up the Escape group and try to do the Kandi and Tiny by themselves. That really ain't work out, which is why, It is what it is. Then she tried to do her songs by herself. Remember, she did try to do the Fly Above. I fly above all the haters. You ain't heard that song till I just said that. Remember, she tried to do a song with Kim Zolciak. Remember the Don't Be Tardy for the Party. She still ain't get her money back from Don't Be Tardy for the Party. And that's why Kim was able to keep her show when she got fired. Let me tell you something. Kandi is only still on the Housewives because of the fact that she has an open lawsuit against Kim, and she could sue Bravo at any given moment because they never paid her the royalties for the song, and they named the show after the song that she wrote, which was "Don't Be Tired." So of course she got the power to sit up there and she didn't have the power to bulldoze Nene out the show. She had to get all the girls to get together and make them not want to film with her, so that way it made it hard for the people to do a show to do their job. That's what she did. That's the type of bitch we talking about. That's the type of bitch we dealing with. And that's the type of chick. They be sitting around plotting on other people's demise, and y'all just sit there and just allow it to happen and don't nobody say nothing. And not only did she do that, again, I know I got a point. Who said you got a point? Woody Grayson. I know I got a point. The point, don't you feel like the mama chose side? Of course I feel like the mama chose side. I just said the mama chose side. I just said that the mama sit there looking stupid and don't say nothing. Remember, if the okay, put it like this. The songs that come on in the beginning, the song that come on in the beginning of the show is the Finesse Boys, right? So the Finesse Boys come on with it, right? That's a duo group, right? Allegedly, from what it seems like on paper. Not in actuality. When those checks clear, that's only for me. For Escape, when those checks clear, that's for all four parties. All four parties. So they was cashing the girl check. And the mama didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing. And that's why she say, do you still want to go to jail? Because I can press charges on you right now because you can still go to jail. It ain't too late. Jesus. Yeah. Kevin, Who? No, this just happened. This just recently happened. She just don't want to send it to the jail. And then they sit there and they try to make it seem like SWV is supposed to be this Christian mingle type of group. SWV just recently started getting back along. They just have problems. Let me put it up for you. They just recently have problems. SWV is not as good as you may be led to believe. I led to be on. Hey, the friend Chris. Hey, how you doing for Facebook? Let me get out the chat. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I can see. Hold on. SWV drama. They just only act like that because they all Christians. Now you know how people get older, they start reading they get older, they start reading their Bible. It's always within arm's reach. You know, people change. But these demons over here in Escape down in Atlanta, them little hoes ain't never gonna change. Them little Jezebels gonna always be evil. SWV drama. Hold on, let me start to pull some up. And you got to remember, we already know how the show gonna end. We already know they're not gonna go on tour. It ain't gonna work because remember the show is like out of real time. Because when we are, Oh, so hold on. Let me see, because I gotta find some SWV drama. Child, they done overshot a lot of the drama with the whatchamacallit, with the damn show. And y'all know this only a 6-episode show. So it's only 6 episodes. So if they end up pushing back the Real Housewives of Atlanta because they got to go back and film more content for this show, now you know why. It don't ever, and remember, if they end up pushing back the real Love and Hip Hop at whatever, because I don't know if they're in Atlanta or Miami or wherever the hell they at. But they end up pushing that back. Now you know why too, because remember when we was on Facebook, I showed you that Mona Scott Young is the one that produces this show. And it's so funny why I was telling y'all why now all of a sudden Juice Fedora, who just so happens to be a Bravo celebrity, is supposed to be dating the Mimi Fox's whatever. Mimi's how to pronounce her last name. Her little lesbian girlfriend. So just imagine, people all this stuff, just some webs all together. I don't know why I can't find the SWV drama. Because everything is so about Kandi and the Escape. It's the drama unfolds at premiere Escape. Hold on. Give me a second. And for all y'all that had came over and came back and, gave me my flowers for the T.S. Madison thing, because I know I broke the story first. I appreciate it. So we work hard here in the garage. Hold on. Quite love this Scott. I don't know why I ain't showing the SWV drama. SWV. I guess SWV ain't even worth the tea at this point. I guess it's just all about escape, 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 escape. Anywho, let me see. Cause I know one of them got a let me see. Girl, did they go and clean their image, clean their body? Anywho, whatever. Hobby of her. We done ran through what I wanted to run through with y'all. I can't think that she is the star of Escape because she is on lead all the time. Yeah, I told y'all about that. So yeah, make sure y'all like. If you agree to disagree, let me know. And I'm gonna be back. And the schedule changed because another real life schedule of mine changed. So I'm gonna start going live either during the day, possibly when I wake up, or probably a daytime show, or possibly on like Saturdays and Thursdays. But then again, I think about it, I always go live on Thursdays, so it's probably going around the same time. However, I'll let y'all know. And then I gotta let y'all know about I had got laser hair removal, real bald. And this the only part that's been growing. So I gotta let y'all know. And y'all know it's the bump that y'all been talking about in the comments. Y'all see it starting to heal up. Mm-hmm. 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 But I'll be back. I'll be back later. I'm gonna go and get ready for other stuff like work and all that stuff. And also, I'm gonna make sure y'all follow my Twitter page because I'm gonna turn this into a podcast or start streaming on podcast so that way y'all can know when it starts, when it airs, and y'all go ahead and set your notifications up and everything. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Ashton Kuhmillie from the garage to your hearts. Goodbye.